Hi friends, let's make this little country kitchen decor piece really quick. It's super easy. I used a silkscreen stencil from Magnolia Design Co. I got this cute little cutting board at Hobby Lobby. It's in their 4th of July section, and I was showing you there. It's got an engraved little star shape recessed in there. And so this transfer is darling, and it would have fit perfectly if not for the star. So I'm planning and thinking how I'm going to do this. So I'm only going part way. I'm not getting the very bottom words of the stencil yet. I got it on there and I made sure it was straight, but I'm just going to the line that says made with love, and then there's a line underneath. And that's as far as I'm going to go, and then I will show you what I do next. But you just get a little bit of chalk paste onto your squeegee, spread it on there, and then pull your transfer up and reveal a gorgeous design. Now, you want to close up your chalk paste before you blow the air. You don't want to dry it out. So I got that little part dry, and I still have some space down there. So I'm going to use the words that say, I can't remember, cakes, cookies, and bread, or something like that. We'll see in just a moment. So I'm putting the 2 words on the bottom in that little space, and then I'm going to put cakes above it, and just kind of I'm mostly eyeballing it. But as you can see, I put the backer sheet on the top part so it wouldn't get some of that paste on my design that is already there. And then you just want to dry it in between each little section because you don't want to smudge it. So last, I'm just putting that last little word above those 2 bottom ones. And then I'm pulling it up to reveal my cute design. And so I'm going to dry that. And I went and washed my transfer off really quick. You don't want to let that chalk paste sit on there too long. So I went and washed it under just lukewarm water and rinsed it all off. It doesn't always come off the back part of the silk screen, but that's okay. But you want to make sure it gets out of the mesh part of the silk screen stencil. So I did that. So it's in my kitchen drying, sticky side up. So now I'm using that same chalk paste from Magnolia and a teeny tiny paintbrush, and I'm painting the inside of that star shape. And I'm just being very careful not to go up over the edge. And you can see there how cute it is. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So now I'm just going to make a quick and easy little bow. So I'm using my mini bow Deborah. And you put a piece of twine down the middle slot. And then you just stick your ribbons or whatever you're going to use down the middle. Go back and forth. Try to get your loops even and straight. And those tails are long, but I know I'll trim them up after I get my bow made. Then I've got a strip of buffalo check ribbon that I tore strips off of. So I'm going to do 1 loop and 1 tail on each side with that. Again, trying to just keep loops even and straight and having the tails go downward. Now I'm wrapping that same thin twine around my fingers a couple times. So there's 2 loops and a tail on each side. And then you bring those pieces of twine up and tie it in a knot, and then you turn it over and tie it in a knot in the back. Cut those excess pieces off, and then you get to arrange your bow. The black and white buffalo check is wired, so that's a lot easier. You can bend it and mold it where you want it to go. And then some of my twine loops went down lower, so I'm just kind of pulling those and bringing them up back on top of the bow. And then I'm just going to glue that kind of in the center of that little handle of the breadboard, the cutting board. So I'll just hold that on for a second, and I can kind of arrange loops and stuff while I'm holding it, while that glue is drying. So now I'm just going to trim it up, and where I cut that strip of fabric, I'm going to refray those ends to make it blend with the rest. And I'm trimming up that black and white buffalo check and the twine. And then I can just kind of bend that wired ribbon where I want, so it's not over the words. I want the words to be able to be read. And this I kept simple. You know, there's so much more you could do with this project. You could paint the recessed groove that goes all the way around the edge of the cutting board, and I thought about doing that, but I just kind of was in simplify mode today. So last thing I'm doing is getting a cute little rustic button. I get this lot of buttons on my Amazon, and I keep a needle and thread handy. This button has 4 holes, excuse me. So I'm going up and down so they're all threaded, and before I did that, I wanted the thread not to be stark white, so I just used the little bit of Tim Holtz Distress ink that was on my dauber already and just kind of darkened that thread up. Now I'm tying a teeny tiny little bow, kind of struggled. My fingers are too fat, I guess. And now I'm just pulling those loops small, and I'll trim it up. And I'm going to glue that right in the center of that bow. And that is all I'm doing for this project. You could add greenery, you could add sisal or excelsior, lots of different things you could do, but I kept it simple. Love how it turned out. I think it would go with most all decor, and hope you enjoyed this. Hope it inspired you. Thanks for watching, and you have a whimsical day.